Hello, it is me, Bob. I'm back again with another video, and as you can tell by the title, it's how to tame things. Yes, so there are two, pretty much, I'm going to jump right into it. So there are two types of taming. What was that? Right, two ways you can tame things. I'm going to try and multitask here. There's passive and aggressive. So, passive is where you don't attack them, and aggressive is where you do attack them, pretty much. First off, we're going to do passive because it's the more simpler one to do. Then we're going to aggressive taming. So for passive taming, I'm going to be taming them underwater dolphins because they're passive. And pretty much the way it works is you can't aggressively tame a creature that needs to be tamed passive, and you can't passively tame a creature that needs to be tamed aggressively. So you can't like switch them to either. Like for example, T-Rex needs to be tamed aggressively by knocking it out. So you can't passively tame it by feeding it something, which is how you passively tame. So if we can find something, here we go. Is that a megalodon? Yeah, those are megalodons. Right, I will finish up with these and I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. So dolphins, well, they're not dolphins, their actual name, I don't actually know their actual name. It's like ichthyes, sure. I don't know what the long name is. I'm not gonna try and pronounce it. So these are passive tames. What you want to do, you got to put food of choice, which in this case is meat, in the last slot of your inventory. It says press triangle to feed. You feed it, yeah. And then you got to wait again until it's hungry. And if you can see, that's a taming bar, yeah. And that taming bar completes, they're tamed pretty much. That's short of it for passive. However, ichthyes are a bit of a pain. You got to build a trap for them because they will. As you can see, they've just ran off, and they will do that. So yeah, right, and it's always got to be in the last sort of the inventory. Now, I would recommend downloading an app called Dodex or Dododex. I forget what it is. It's an app that pretty much helps you with taming. It will show you what that creature's favourite food is, how much narcotics you need to keep it asleep if you're aggressively taming. And it'll show you everything you need, so I highly recommend getting that, because meat is not the best thing to feed something. It's kibble, which as of now I didn't bring any with me because I'm not planning on needing any. Right, next we're doing aggressive taming though. Now, I'm not going to need to cut because this is what we're going to be taming. Now, aggressively taming, the way it works, you've got to knock them out. You can either use a crossbow or a long neck rifle. Well, you can use more than just that, but these are what I'm going to be using. You can also, for knocking things out, use your bare fists, or a wooden club would be better than your bare fists, but I wouldn't really use that. What I would do is make a normal bow for your first tame. Just make a normal bow wherever it is there, make a few arrows, make some narcotics, which is narco berries, and spoiled meat. Spoiled meat you get from your meat spoiling. Narco berries you get by collecting in bushes. Oh god, I can hear something again. Yep, you stole my cooked meat, you little rascal. Right. I didn't eat it, I need that to eat myself. Right, so some animals like parasols, which is probably the first time you're going to get. So however, you're going to need to collect more narco berries so you can make more narcotics to knock out bigger things pretty much. And there are some ways you can go around taming this. You can use a bowler, you can use a rifle, or you can use a crossbow. I would recommend, I mean, if you're starting out, you just want to use a normal bow and arrow with some tranks, but as you get better, you want to use long neck rifles, because trank darts, while they cost more to make, they do a lot more narcotic, like torpor damage, which is what narcotics are pretty much. So the higher the torpor, you got to get a torpor to the max. Like, see my torpidity down there is 200. You get that to max, I'm knocked out. Obviously you can't tame a player, but that's how it works with animals pretty much. So what you got to do though is got to make sure that ammo is assigned to that weapon. Now, for animals like parasols, they're pretty small, so you can bowler them, which makes it so they're immobilized, makes it easy to tame them. Level 55 is pretty low level. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to shoot with, you want to go with headshots, because generally they'll go better. Now, that was with a dart, but with an arrow, it's pretty much the same thing. You just, like, shoot, pretty much, and you just keep on shooting until it's knocked out. That's short of it. Right, so now we go into here. You see there's an unconscious bar and a put food in inventory to tame bar. Now, I don't actually have any berries on me, so I can't tame this because I wasn't actually planning on taming this. But for the sake of this, I will get some berries. The best berries for taming things with are, you see in the bottom left there, measure berries. They are the best because, I don't know why, it's just herbivores like them more. You want to be taming with them. So the way it works is you put food in the inventory. In this case, it's going to be measure berries because they prefer that over any other kind. And as they eat it, you see the taming bar starts to appear. Now the way this works is you have like, as the hunger goes down, it will eat pretty much. You can starve tame or you can not starve tame, it depends really. That is pretty basic. So starve taming, you leave it until it's really hungry and put food in its inventory. And in this kind of taming, you just pop the food in there and wait. Now the way it works is the taming bar goes up, the unconscious bar goes down. Now the unconscious bar represents torpidity. If that reaches 0, then it will wake up. Anything you had in its inventory, you will lose, and the creature will not be tamed. It will be untamed. It will be wild. You need to do it again. The taming bar, it's got a percentage. Once it reaches 100%, if it reaches 100% before the unconscious bar reaches 0, it's tamed. But you see, there's also a taming effectiveness. Now, this is affected by what food you feed him with. Now, measure berries isn't its favourite. Kibble is, but I don't have any on me now, so yeah, this will have to do. Hello, Mr. Parasaur. So pretty much, taming effectiveness is 99.6. The higher the taming effectiveness is, the more levels it gains. Because 20 plus 27 levels shows how many levels it will get added to the level 55 it already is. Now, for each level it gets, a random stat will be leveled up, but how do I explain this? For a random stat will be leveled up 27 times pretty much. So, but obviously then once it's tamed, if it levels up, you choose the levels. It's just for these ones, you don't get to choose them. But you do want these levels, so the better the quality of food, so like the more it prefers it, the higher the taming effectiveness will be, which means the more levels it will get. You don't want to really mix and match which kind of foods you use, just use one type of food on one tame. You don't want to use measure berries and then switch out to kibble. Right, now it's tamed, so now I could use it. I could put a saddle on it and I could use it, but I don't really have much of a use for a level 82 Parasaur, because I've got a lot better, as you can see by my wyvern in the distance. However, you can use these to collect berries to make more narcotics. The Parasaur is what I generally tame right at the beginning from starting out. So yeah, and as you can see, food's still in the inventory. I didn't actually need to feed it any narcotics because it was a relatively quick tame. Bear in mind, this is also a boosted server, so the taming is like boosted by 5 or 10, I think, not too much. If you were to just keep something unconscious, what you do is you put narcotics or narco berries, does the same job, in its inventory, and you force feed it by pressing R2. Or you force feed that. As you can see, as I force feed it, torpidity starts to rise again. Now, obviously, it's tamed, so it's not really much of a difference, but if it wasn't tamed, you'd want to do that to keep it unconscious so you could tame it. And then it's tamed. Yay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or queries, leave it in the comments down below. Stick around if you like this, because I'll be doing more tutorials on how to tame more specific creatures. Like my next one will be how to tame an RG, I believe. The best way that I believe you can tame an RG, and I've seen a lot of different ways, so yeah. So if you want to see that, like, stick around, I guess. Like it if you liked it. If you want to see more, subscribe. But yeah, this is how you tame. I'll see you in the next video.